Good day and welcome. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you're having a great day today. Happy Thursday, 7 o'clock. So, welcome. We have a vaccine delivery to do. That's the cargo I have there hooked to the trailer. So, we got to start that off. It's a long delivery. So, it's good that we're getting it nice and early on. Please like, share, and follow. Be much appreciated. In that, put the poll up. Tempted to put favorite or preferred vaccine, but some people don't want to get vaccines and there's not a fifth choice. And because there's four main vaccines, I didn't want to leave any off. So we're going with seafood poll, which is unrelated, but okay. It's fun to find out about seafood. There we go. We will do a quick test. Make sure we got the sound. Okay, it's fun to find out. Sounds like it works. And of course, got the chart up. Got that up. We're good. Hey, Carrie, I'm doing good, thank you. You're on Team Salmon, are you? Well, there you go. Salmon's good. I probably eat more tuna than salmon myself, but it's nice to have a nice salmon dinner once in a while. But I have often canned tuna, which probably isn't great for you. Or I wouldn't say often, but often enough, I guess. And then of course, shrimp. Shrimp is good. Everybody likes shrimp. Pollock is a good alternative choice too. Alaskan pollock is very popular in North America. William, good evening to you. Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see what people like because those are pretty common. I actually went to a presentation by did I get stuck on something? Oh no, I just went backward. Went to a presentation by an author writing an Oceanwise book. That's a thing in Canada that if restaurants in Canada, they've been inspected, or not inspected, but if they're getting their sources from sustainable, if they're getting their seafood from sustainable places, they get an Oceanwise stamp. I don't know if that's just Western Canada or across Canada, but it was a pretty interesting presentation the author of that book made. So it's kind of cool to see that, like places like White Spot, if you're familiar with them, you'll often see the Oceanwise stamp. And they will, sometimes they'll certify a fishery, but it has to be, a really good fishery. It can't, it has to pass a lot of check marks. They're generally wild sources of seafood. And of course, the guy recommended, try to vary up your seafood when you eat seafood because, if there's always a run on a certain fish, that can endanger that particular fish. There you go. Joey, thank you for liking and sharing. Much appreciated. And William, thank you for liking as well. All that stuff helps you guys a lot, especially at the beginning here of the stream, as Facebook is deciding, hey, should we publicize this guy or not? If there's lots of likes, then it's like, hey, maybe this guy is worth watching. And then of course it gets the word out to even more people. It's always a good thing. So today is Thursday, so tomorrow we'll be playing the hockey. Hockey's way less popular than trucking, but still fun. Want to learn about hockey? Make sure you stop by tomorrow. Olga, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. You love seafood. Well, which one did you pick? Or what's your favorite seafood? I think I had pollock last time I had fish and chips, actually, come to think of it. There's some places that have some good fish and chips, you know, it's kind of nice. Usually, a lot of times, the cheaper ones will use cod, I think. But then there's, some that'll use other kinds. My uncle can't have shrimp. I picked shrimp. Oh, okay. Your uncle's allergic to them? When I had steak there last week, I had the surf and turf, which was prawns and steak. That was pretty good. I liked it. From a restaurant called Earl's. Oh, that was the can, by the way. I'm sure you guys heard that. It pinged pretty loud. Alright, guys, we can go full speed now. Nothing's stopping us. We're motoring. We got 1,700 kilometers to go. This is a long trip. Is my camera at a funny angle or anything? It looks like it's a little bit sloped. I guess I'm still in it, right? Oh crap. Pay attention, eh? Drifting over here, drifting over there. Alright, we gotta go over here. Your dad's name is Earl? Nice. Oh! Oh! Heck. Alright, we gotta fix this apparently. Fell right off the darn table. How did that happen? It's clamped to the table. I didn't have enough. Get like a side view for a second here. Technical difficulty, my clamp fell off. Holding the camera. All right. All right, we'll clamp back to the table again. There we go. Kristen, hey, how are you? Got home from work. Well, nice to see you here. And Christian, uh-oh. Everything still running? What was that beep? There we go. Yeah, no, what my microphone thing, or not my microphone, the camera, is on this little metal arm thing, which is usually using a little clamp to the table. and then for some reason fell out of the clamp. The clamp fell off. So we are back in action. It looks like I'm in the picture. You can see the steering wheel. Olga, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. Oh, I think maybe 5 minutes ago, but if I didn't thank you, thank you. So we'll go back to the steering. Oh, we don't have any cruise set now. Back in action, eh? Bet you didn't see that on a stream very often. Hopefully my camera's in a relatively similar... Oh crap, what's going on here? Well, that guy's ramming into me. These NPCs sure like ramming into you. Yeah, I bet you don't see that in a stream too often, eh? The camera suddenly falling down. Good thing I was wearing pants, eh? Same with my grandpa and my brother's name, also Earl. Hey, it's a family of Earls. Very royal. I knew a guy in university whose name was Earl, and some guys took him to the strippers. I heard him say how much he liked the strippers. He'd never been to the strippers before, and he said the Duke of Earl was standing at attention as his way of how he described going to the strippers. Or no, wait, he said the Iron Duke was standing at attention, but he also made a reference to the Duke of Earl too. So he had a few different ways of describing his member, I guess. But you know, the Earl jokes, you know. He was an alright guy. I don't know whatever happened to him because it was many years ago. Hopefully he's doing well. But yeah, the old Iron Duke. I remember that still. Get her up to speed here. Maybe we'll set the cruise at 80 first. Oh crap, I'm gonna miss. I gotta get over there. There we go. Phew, we gotta get these medicals. These vaccines is what I'm transporting if you want proof. Look down there in the bottom corner. See? We're going across Europe with them to somewhere that needs them. We are transporting them for good money too, you can see. We're gonna make the coin. It's gonna be glorious. If I sound different at all or still okay, guys? Seeing that I shift around a lot when I fixing my little thing. It could be worse though. That could have been the microphone falling down. That one's on a clamp thing too, you know. There'd be a big thud. There'd be a drop the mic moment. You know, because the mic would have dropped. Instead of a drop the camera moment. I'm drinking Canada Dry today. If you like ginger ale, this is a good ginger ale. I don't know if it's available in other places other than Canada, but if you have it available to you, it's quite good. In terms of ginger ale, anyway. There we go. We'll pass this guy. You guys have to fill me in if you have Canada Dry in your area. But I would assume it's a Canada only thing, but I'm not sure. You know, like nobody knew who like Coffee Crisps were, you know, when I was talking about that one day. The old Coffee Crisp. Now that's a delicious chocolate bar you gotta try when you're in Canada, because that's not in other places. For some reason, that's just a treat the Canadians like, I guess. Look at that, eh? Joey's grandpa and brother named Earl. Pretty cool. A very kind of, you only hear it sometimes, that name. You don't hear it very often. I mean, they had that TV show called My Name is Earl, which was a pretty decent show. But other than that, I haven't really heard it a lot, aside from that one guy from university. Amanda, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. I also straightened my camera too in that effort when I thought fall down, and definitely did a quick adjustment. Utter chaos a few minutes ago, Amanda. My camera fell on the floor. You have the first 2 seasons. It was a pretty fun show, wasn't it? That girl that was the blonde on that My Name is Earl show, she was in what is it? The movie based on DOA. So that's a fighting game. You know, they were trying for the old Mortal Kombat except for DOA. I think that's the name of that game. DOA is kind of a funny fighting game though. They had a volleyball offshoot of it, like a beach volleyball, where game called DOA Extreme, and the objective is you played volleyball with all the girls. It was I don't think any of the guys were in it. With all the girls, and you had to get them gifts and stuff like that, and different bikinis and outfits, and you play different pool games and stuff like that. DOA boasted it's like bit jiggle physics, so it's a ridiculous game, really. But you know, because they're making that a key feature. It wasn't a terrible fighting game, but it definitely wasn't as good as Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, or Tekken for that matter. Tekken was pretty decent. I played a lot of Tekken in the PlayStation days. And Street Fighter was a cool game, always. And then, of course, Mortal Kombat. I mean, that's a historical game, that one. You know, if it wasn't for Mortal Kombat, you know, the games in the States probably wouldn't even have the M and the PG, well, not the PG, but the different ratings, T and all that stuff on them, because that's what ushered it in, man. And those games back then, people thought they were very violent and over-the-top gory. And, you know, Mortal Kombat was pretty tame back then compared to Mortal Kombat now. It's kind of interesting. Clyde, thank you for sharing. Much appreciated. Like, you know, Nintendo's version had green blood instead because Nintendo wouldn't allow red blood. And, you know, kind of different, you know. Mohammed, thank you for following. Much appreciated. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, the history of violent video games, because, you know, they ushered in a rating system to warn parents. Although, you know, honestly, what time is it? It's 7:20. Honestly, you know, I've been in the game store where, you know, parents are buying their kids like Grand Theft Auto or whatever, you know, so I don't know if it really slows them down all that much, but it leaves it in the parents' decision at least, so that's a good thing. You tried the gore. It's pretty graphic compared to, especially if you compare it to the old Mortal Kombats. You know, and the fatalities are just wild in it. So But yeah, these new ones they're way better graphics. They're I think it's a double turn lane, isn't it? Oh no, I'm getting cut off. There. Oh crap, I'm going down the wrong one. I guess it doesn't matter, eh? Originally I was supposed to go down this other side. Axeman, thank you for liking. Were you a big Mortal Kombat fan, you guys? Axeman? You ever get into that? You gonna cause an accident? Cars are backing up or something. Oh, or maybe I'm running them over. Oh, 400 bucks. There we go. No, you weren't a big Mortal Kombat fan? Not even once? I remember seeing it in the arcade, actually, when it was new. That was a long time ago. And thinking, man, that game looks pretty cool. Because in the arcade, it was actually digitized, the first one. And the special moves, the guts and ribs and all. I'm like, still... Oh crap, you know what? Gotta adjust that. We'll fix it. Can't read the whole sentence. We will widen this. I'm like, how do they still have HP? That on here. Oh, it's over there. Fixed. Here we go. Funny, it's a little bit off position. There. Back to this. How do they have any blood left, eh? There's gallons of blood filled with one fight. Yeah, they always push the envelope more and more every year. Hey, Axwing, you missed a crazy moment here. My camera fell down because the clamp on it, that, you know, is holding the arm to the table, fell off for some reason. I don't know what caused that, but it was weird. And I was saying, it's lucky that I had pants on, of course. The camera falling down. Good night. Have a blessed light. Thank you so much, Ronica. Alright, we gotta go straight. That would have been awkward, eh? If I was one of those streamers that doesn't wear pants. But I wear pants, so I'm okay. Get to see my socks, you know. Sometimes I don't wear socks. It's as adventurous as I get while I'm streaming. You guys would have been, oh no! Like some Canada Dry, everybody. Pass it right through virtually to you so you can pretend your water is Canada Dry. You ready for tomorrow, Axming? Play the hockeys. Hopefully we'll get lots of W's. Alright. We are flying, man. Flying. Pretty nice area I'm driving in, eh? How'd you like? You know, to all video games, if you got sucked into a video game, this probably would be a good one to get sucked into. I mean, there's some crazy NPC driving. But, you know, you're gonna watch the hockey stream tomorrow? Well, hopefully we will see you the whole time and you can cheer us on. That'll be awesome. How's our sleep? Half, and our gas is half. We're okay. We like to play the hockey on the Friday. We'll probably play baseball another one of these days. Maybe Sunday for a while or something. I'm not sure. Get a little more of my league play in. We're speeding along here, 90 kilometers an hour. I was playing the Blue Jays. Hopefully it doesn't crash, you know. That's weird, eh? One day I have the computer decide to restart, and then today my camera falls down, eh? At least it didn't break. It looks clear to me. Hopefully I'm not blurry. Happens, you know. I just it took me an extra little bit while to edit the baseball game too, because it's like a highlight natured. So it's like I was a little bit behind on getting it up. Dude, thank you for liking, much appreciated. Mark also, thank you. But yeah, kind of those things. So we're driving to the next arena here. We're flying along 90 kilometers an hour, delivering medical vaccines to the Vancouver Canucks so that they could play the Maple Leafs. Didn't the Canucks beat the Leafs? They did. But yeah, the Canucks had a little bit of a COVID problem there. The hockey team, eh? These pesky hockey teams, all these lads. Probably went out partying or something, eh? Alright, so here we go. 90 clicks. Fairly nice day, it looks like, in our virtual world here today. We're gonna pass this dude. Bacon, lettuce, tomato, we're gonna pass them. I don't know if that's what it stands for, but ballistic logical transport. Oh, I guess that's what it stands for. Not bacon, lettuce, tomato. Alright. What'd you have for dinner, Axming? Anything good? I had the KFC pizza again today. It was better the first time, but it was still pretty good. It actually has gravy for instead of tomato sauce. And then it's like chicken, popcorn chicken pieces, and there's some corn on it. Cheese. Not something you'd want to have often, but you know, tastes good. It's a limited time only thing. Alright, you guys, we're flying. These medical vaccines are getting there. Construction on the left, if you're wondering what that noise was. We are cruising. Cruising for a bruising. Don't forget to tell me what your favorite seafood is. It's kind of interesting to get lots of votes on the poll so we can get a kind of cool competition going between your favorites. If you ever have any suggestions for a poll, you let me know. Made a pot roast and veggies. Slow cooked all day. Well, that's the best way, eh? Slow cooked. Piled it all in that one. Did you ever have, I don't know what it's called. I've known it as lava cake. But in a slow cooker, you can make this kind of lava cake kind of deal. So that's like cake where there's like a, you know, you put the ingredients in and then you pour this sauce on top, and it's like I think they call it lava cake because of the liquidy sauce on top. Very chocolatey. But I've had that before. Pretty good. What's 60 here? Of course, I go in that one lane and that guy's sitting there. Oh, you made it? Nice. I've made lava cake in the microwave before, you know, where you have like a coffee mug and you put the stuff in. But I've had the slow cooked one as well. I wasn't sure if I was using the right terminology. Sometimes I might think of calling something and it's called other things elsewhere, you know? I'm gonna pass this guy in his holiday trailer. I was on Facebook, as you can imagine, earlier today, and I saw an ad for a holiday trailer. And it's like they wanted $6 grand for it. Not that I'm really in the market for a holiday trailer, but they wanted $6 grand for it, and then that thing was like from the 70s, and it had a list of repairs it needed. I don't know how much holiday trailers are, but that sounded like a lot for something that's all busted up and old. But maybe the modern ones are so expensive, who knows, right? Not that I've looked into the modern ones, so I'm sure they're probably up there. I think that'd be pretty cool to be able to drive around in a motorhome, but I'd be kind of nervous probably. Some big old tall thing. Oh, we don't have to worry about a ticket. I guess that's the thing with these trucks, they would feel really, you know, semi-trucks would feel really tall too. You know, I had a coupe at one point, and then I bought an SUV because I had a dog. Thought it'd be better with a dog to have an SUV. And that even felt a little bit high when you're used to a coupe. Dustin, thank you for liking, much appreciated. I went from a Saturn coupe to a Saturn Vue. Dog really liked it. Although, you know, when she got old, she had trouble jumping into it. So I did lift her into it. But, you know, that's how it goes when you get old. We're hauling the medical vaccines, guys. Only 1,099 kilometers to go. And 10 million toll booths later, probably. As you can imagine. There we go. We'll go on this one. That guy in Cops, thank you for liking, much appreciated. hope things are going well in your area of the world. All right, we're speeding her up, getting places. Hauling medical vaccine. Should have seen that guy in cops. You should have seen it. My microphone or my camera's on an arm that's clamped to the table, and for some reason the clamp fell off. It was chaos. Well, it wasn't really chaos, but I had to reclamp it. Live reclamping, as seen here. So his arms, you know, we gotta make sure they're good and clamped, I guess. My monitors are clamped too. That would have been worse. So, like, to the same table, I got my monitors on a dual monitor, clamped up. That'd be a bugger, man. That would have fallen down. I'll have to check the clamp. Uh-oh, our guy's tired now. Next rest stop. We'll have to get him in there. It was interesting. There was like a rest stop within range for a change here. That's nice. Interesting. I was gonna say it's interesting. You usually have to wait forever to find these once he starts yawning. But this isn't too bad. Not bad at all. Here we go. Let's gas up. Truck in my gas spot. What was the other one though? Whoa. All right, you guys, what gassing up looks like. If you are one of those guys that stretches your cord over your car because you don't know what side your gas tank is, one hint: if you look at your gas meter on your car, there's a little arrow pointing to which side it's on. That way you don't look like a silly willy by stretching it over your car and potentially rubbing some paint off or something. Well, give me the... Apparently it doesn't want to give me the engine thing. There we go. We can park crosswise. We're back. We're awake. Ready for some more medical vaccine transporting. 1,031 kilometers to go. Another toll booth. MD, thank you for liking, much appreciated. Alright. So here we go, folks. Speed bumps or whatever those are. Drinking the Canada Dry while we drive our Canadian painted truck. Alright, you guys. We should be good for a while now. We got gas. We're guys wide awake. We're gonna make some kilometers. Oligan, thank you for following. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. And we will be getting to another toll booth shortly. In case you want to see 100 toll booths, you're in for it. Because there's going to be 100 toll booths. Right. Here we go. Go to this one. We could have picked any of them. Okay, 12 bucks. You guys looking at his watch, he's ready to go home. We're driving our Scania branded truck. I don't know if Scania has a jingle. Look that up, eh? Become their spokesperson or something, eh? You haven't driven a truck until you've driven a Scania. Probably saying it wrong. Santiago, thank you for following. Much appreciated. Alright. We'll pass this guy. Get out of here, dude. Hey, he's driving a Scania too, I think. There you go. He's got taste. Actually, I don't know if Scania is the best truck or not. Has a cool logo. So there's that. Out of the trucks, I buy the most Ivencos because they're cheap for the NVGs. I don't know if you can get like a super high-end Iveco. Try that when I have more money than I could handle. You know, after I bought everything else, you know. Oh, we got another toll booth in case you were wondering. Toll booth simulator. You could spread these out a bit so that they're more than 10 bucks. 10 bucks is 10 bucks though, isn't it? Alright, you guys, this is the medical equipment we're hauling. Is the medical vaccines. And we're gonna make 116,000 euros for delivering it. It'll be a good payday. Oh, let's not hit that. Itchy nose, I had to put my pop down. That's what we call sodas here. Where I am, anyway. I don't know what they call it in Europe. Ben, thank you for following. Maybe Ben can tell me what they call pop or sodas or whatever. I don't know. Where I am, they call it pop. Canada. Okay. But we are able to go 90 here, which is kind of nice. It's a major highway, I guess. Oh, except for the Guinness World Record setting amount of toll booths here. I'm going for the record to hit the most toll booths in a virtual truck simulator in a single 10-minute frame. I think I've got the record. Who knows, right? Could be a record. There's all sorts of weird records out there, eh? Alright. Better keep going here. Better speed back up. Gonna be cruising to make it. Make the money. 116,000 euros. Plugging up people's arms with whatever this vaccine is that I'm carrying. If you haven't followed yet, please follow. It'd be appreciated. If you want to like, that helps a lot, guys. And of course, sharing with your friends. If you tag a friend or, you know, you share it to your timeline or something. Super helpful because, you know, then we get to meet some of your friends, potentially. It's always awesome. Another toll booth coming up. Lots of toll booths, eh? Won this one. $20. $20 Alright guys, we're making it places. Going here, we're going there, we're going everywhere. Although it's nice to drive during the day because then, you know, it looks like, you know, we're driving through another country somewhere. I mean, this outline of the trees, pretty much like where I am at night. British Columbia has a lot of trees, so it kind of has that similar feel of a road with trees, as you can imagine. I haven't seen any moose though, or wildlife, but you know, in British Columbia we got a lot of those. Not mooses, you don't see moose very often. But you do see like elk and stuff. Elk and deer, sometimes a bear. Sometimes them mountain goats. We're going a bit faster. Put her down to speed. There we go. 74. I'm back up to speed. Don't want to be over here though. We don't want to go off Wrong Turn. You know, you saw that movie, Wrong Turn, probably. You know what happens when you go on a wrong turn? You get murdered. Although that's more of a movie thing, I guess, but no. We're flying. Empty now. Deborah, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. Right, we're transporting medical supplies here. We got the vaccine shipment. 799 kilometers to go. I don't know if we'll make it before the guys get sleepy, but it'll be close. The bed legs here to blue. Oh yeah. There'll be some very, very, very pleased people. I submitted my name for getting a vaccine shot, and freaking there's long lines everywhere, man. They opened it up, and then basically every place has lines now. We'll see. Hopefully they call and hopefully I don't have too much of a reaction, you know. I've been okay with regular other vaccines, so hopefully I'll be okay with this one. Wind up with a sore arm like a lot of people, you know? Look at that, another toll booth. This is Groundhog Day. Bill Murray. Go straight, I guess. They must pay a lot for all these toll booths, eh? Toll booth budget. Excuse me. Oh man. It's always 3. Man. Like the thing goes all over the road. Is that when you sneeze, somebody's thinking about you? Jeez. Easy Sneezerton here, eh? Oh, jeez. 5 sneezes. It's like a record for me. Usually it's 3 and that's it. Excuse me for all the sneezes, guys. Sorry about that. Jody, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. Times 5, eh? Like a sneeze fest. You see when they're had all these politicians talking about, you know, encouraging people to wear masks. And one guy right in the middle of it pulls his mask down to sneeze. Then like everybody puts it on the news. You know, in a public area, giving a speech about the importance of masks. He pulls it off for a second to sneeze. Kind of defeats the purpose. Although, you probably don't want all the sneeze to be inside your mask all day or something. Figure out a solution, you know. I have a mask with a vacuum on it, eh? And just turn a little button on it, sucks the sneeze away. There's some pretty cool masks actually. In the Consumer Electronics Show, they had like these clear masks so you could see a person's mouth. LED lights and stuff like that. Double filters and all that. Probably cost $500 to buy it. Consumer Electronics Show is usually to show off these companies' skills, essentially. You know, they had those roll-up TVs there that one year, like super thin, and you unroll it like a poster. Neat things. Rakesh, thank you for following. Much appreciated. Super awesome that you're here. For anybody that hasn't followed, please do so as well. That'd be awesome. And of course, liking and sharing is helpful as well if you want to spread the word. Stu, thank you for following. Much appreciated. Thank you for being here also, of course. And thank you everybody. Everybody who is here, no matter what you're doing. You're welcome to be here. If you'd like to follow, that's awesome. If you want to be notified, type exclamation notify. Otherwise, just remember, I stream at 7 o'clock Pacific time, which is about an hour before whatever time it is right now for you. Stop in, you're welcome no matter what game I'm playing to hang out. Hang out is a friendly place. I like to think I'm friendly anyway. You know? Not, I don't think I'm rude or anything anyway. That's a good thing. Alright, so here we go, folks. 7 hours game time remaining. 590 kilometers. I don't think our guy can go 7 hours though without sleeping. What's the sleep time on that one? 5 hours. Yeah, so we need to sleep at some point. Before we get there, because I'll pass out otherwise. Don't want that. Don't like that. And then you'll be crashing into something. I drive bad enough, never mind when it forces me into walls. No. Drifting all over the place. See, look, on no steering. Alright, you guys. We're determined though. We're carrying the vaccines. We're gonna get like lots of money. The truckers want lots of money. You got the money, honey. I got your disease in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Right. If that's a band that, you know, would have been really probably awesome to see, Guns N' Roses, back in the day, but a little bit nervous about going to ever see them because half the time they wouldn't show up to their concert, you know? So you'd be getting all the way over there because there's no, I've never really lived in a spot where the concerts really, like the big venues were within my city. So I wouldn't want to drive like, you know, 6 hours or whatever to go to a city that has a big venue that Guns N' Roses would play and then have them not show up. That would be kind of unlucky. Nuran, thank you for liking, much appreciated. Oh crap. Oh geez, 5% damage on top of it. really jolts you too, you know, the steering wheel flips around. Here you're nice peacefully passing someone, and then bang. Beep beep beep, and your steering wheel's kicking you around. Yod in the house. Thank you for liking Yod, much appreciated. You should have seen the craziness earlier, Yod. It was my camera fell down. The clamp on it, for some reason, I guess loosened off. Put it back. It was a crazy time. Technical difficulties while live. You know the story. I'm sure you've experienced the story or similar. And there's worse things that could fall down than that. So I'm going to have to check all the clamps. I don't know how they'd loosen off though. Too much shaking around, I guess. I don't know. Not that I shake the table lots, but with the mic or with the camera, I do rotate it pretty regularly, so that might have thrown off the position. Maybe move the clamp a little bit each time. Kind of deal, you know. Don't forget to vote in the poll, you guys. There's only like 8 votes between the two S's. Holly, thank you for liking, much appreciated. We are transporting all the medicals stuff. We need the stuff here and there. Got about 448 kilometers to go. Hey, look, there's a toll booth we're not gonna hit. Up with that. Holly might be a diehard fan because there's a Holly McLean in that. You've seen Die Hard or not, but that was Bruce Willis's wife's name in the movie. Well, I guess she went by Holly something else, part of it, and then she reverted back to Holly McLean. We are going to turn. Turn around the circle. Here we go, folks. Who needs a magic school bus when you got this awesome Scania truck? There we go. We look over there. To the east, to the west, to the west, to the east. Right. 190 in the 80 zone. 90 in the 80 zone. There we go. Set the cruise in that last effort there. $382 kilometers to go. making me play DJ Hero. If I could turn this wheel like this. Oh. Tell ya. Snaglot, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. There's a good food poll for you today. Get the opinion on the foods. Actually, relatively close poll. There are not a lot of votes yet. Make sure you guys get your votes in. We're transporting medical vaccines on Star Trucking today in the interest of helping everybody out in the destination, plus the money they give us for transporting it is a big factor. In fact, that's why we have medical vaccines over used packaging. Used packaging does not generally pay a lot. That's this holiday trailer right here. Oh, did we make it? We did. We're making money at the same time because of the other drivers. Alright, you guys. Okay, we're going to be turning coming up. You got me rolling. I'm turning. Right. Not the first turn though. Looks like it's the second turn. Okay, guys. We've made the turn successfully. Sort of. We're still on the turn, but we turned down the correct one. Otherwise, we'd be up there right now. Oh. Over here, over there, over everywhere. 3 hours and 54 minutes left. Guess we could pull into that garage and have a rest. Rest the old eyes, you know? Oh, jeez. Oh, I did get him. Crap. I think I didn't get him, really. Looks like he's still moving. Truck like mine, if it nicked a car like that, it'd be flipped off the road, man. Turning. Alright. We have 269 kilometers to go. The hair out of my eyes, you know. Probably a car, get out of the darn way. There we go. We are cruising. I guess I can go 90. What am I doing? Only going 80. Oh, yawn time. My guy's yawning. better gun it so that we get to the rest stop sooner. Don't you pass, buddy. Alright, got past that guy. One more. Alright, we made it. Now we gotta find a bed for our dude. Or not a bed, it's like a big parking spot that allows you to rest your truck. Gotta be one soon, right? Nope, none on this bend. Am I off work tomorrow? No. That would be nice. But I do work tomorrow. Next day. So tomorrow I'll be able to stay up a little later. It'll be a hockey night tomorrow, and then I have Sunday off as well. I'll be streaming Saturday night. I'm feeling alright. Pretty baby. You all heard that song? Not calling you specifically pretty baby, John, but singing the Wigfield song. Adiela. Alright. I think that's how the song goes. It'd be funny if I thought it was said pretty baby, but maybe it wasn't something else, you know? Like that song. You know, wrapped up like a Tuesday night, river in the night. That song. A lot of people get confused as to what the lyrics are. All right. Oh, what's that? Stars for star. Thank you so much, John. Much appreciated. Because I don't really need to gas up, dudes. Drive past the gas station. Oh, I should have probably just drove into the gas station, I guess. Up in the car. Over here. Find ourselves a fine parking spot. Pretty woman. Which version did you hear? Was it the Roy Orbison one or the Van Halen one? Walking down the street. I like the Van Halen one a lot, actually. I don't mind Van Halen. David Lee Roth has to be one of the best frontmen ever. You know? Like, he would have been brilliant to see in concert when they were in their prime. I never did see Van Halen live, but I bet you they would have been just awesome. you know, old David Lee Roth's old now, and unfortunately Eddie's gone, but they were quite the band. You know, like those guitar solos and you know, Van Halen did have that other guy for a singer for a while, and they're alright, but nothing beats old Dave. Dave TV! I like the solo albums too. I'm just a gigolo. Everywhere I go, people know the part that I'm playing. Hey for every dance. He did California Girls too in that album. I saw David Lee Roth on Joe Rogan one time too. He had some pretty funny stories. And just to think, you know why David Lee Roth joined Van Halen? He had equipment, and it was cheaper to get him in the band than to rent the equipment. Is the story that I read at least. You know what's funny when you hear the songs in the stores these days, though? When you hear like Nirvana and, you know, like some of these rock bands that, you know, would have been something hated by the adults at the time for Generation Xers, and now it's Generation Xers music. One day for these kids be like some of the stuff that is like unpopular now, but will be reminisced by them as adults. Over here, this one doesn't require a token. You still pay, but go. The Northern Girls are, where is it? Oh no, the Northern Girls will keep you warm at night. I didn't mind Beach Boys back in the day, a little bit hearing them here and there. Although I do like the David Lee Roth version of California Girl. And his Dave TV. Look at this cow staring at us. Mesmerizing. I can't stop staring at the cow in the eyes, or the bull, I guess. Did you guys see that posting on Facebook? Some advertisement or something, and they're talking about their cows, and you know, they all have names like Betsy and whatever, right? And somebody tweeted at the company how all the how it's wrong that all the cows' names are females or something like that. You know, complaining that, you know, it's like how, you know, they're naming these cows all girls for some reason. And then somebody else said the milk would taste kind of, because it was a milk company, the milk would taste kind of bad if it was from a bull. Kind of funny. So, you know, there's a reason why all the cows had female names. But the person complaining didn't think of that. Although we do get like other milks now, almond milks, soy milks. I was transporting some of that yesterday. "21 kilometers to go. Right. Probably very poorly translated that joke. Now I ruined it for you if you ever see the little meme of it. Alright, you guys, we're getting there. Medical vaccines are almost there. Did do a little trailer damage because that one dude plowed into me, but other than that, we're pretty good, I think. Watch out for these white things here. They really do damage. Stuck on them. La Havre. Oh, don't hit me. Alright, well, that's ridiculous. Of course he hit me twice. You stop for 5 minutes. Drive around him. That's when he decides to go and start hammering on me. So not only do I get a fine, but, dude, damages my trailer, which might cost me a little bit on the delivery too. Joel, thank you for being here. Welcome. Not sure what that says. Alright, we're over here. We're over there. We're over everywhere. Here we go. What's going here? Right. Gotta go there, eh? Righty, let's do it. Get those vaccines in there. Straighten out the trailer a bit. We'll go back as straight as we can. Trailer didn't keep going straight. A long trailer, eh? We made it. Good work. You know why? Because somebody rammed into us and caused damage. Cost us 6,000 buckaroonies plus fine. Vinegar. Holy crap, eh? The trip will take a while. It's only 33 bucks a kilometer, dude. We need some roof tiles pretty bad though, don't they? Guess I could have playing music for you guys in this. Where are we anyway? It's our icon, man. In France? We can haul some cattle. Go to Paris. Take that one. We've never hauled cattle before. We're well rested on top of it, which is even awesomer. Adram, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. Alright, we gotta go get... Why is it so far away? 2 hours and 42 minutes. Dude, we gotta go a bit fast though, because it's 2 hours 21 expiring. If we want to get this package on time. I'm gonna have to cruise. Hopefully we see very little police cars. We're just going 200 kilometers to go get it, eh? A loose boundary, I guess. And if we can make it, we'll be really close, you know. X-Wing Knight, thank you for coming by. We'll see you tomorrow. This bridge, eh? a great night. Thank you so much. Go for that car. Like so many freaking toll booths, it's ridiculous. Oh, crap. Oh, that was close. I think I lifted that gate really slowly. Thought that was it. We're gonna get a windshield full of wood. I can't believe it made me go so far for this one. So I guess thank you for following, much appreciated. You're having a great day and thank you for being here. And if you haven't followed yet, everybody, please do so. There's plenty of space for new followers here. Everybody's welcome. And if you feel like it, hit that like button, that share. Feel free to answer the poll question. Really interesting to find out what people think. You can vote for whichever one you want. It's just for fun. It's not like anything statistical or anything like that. I just make up a poll that I think might be interesting. Apparently seafood isn't that interesting to everybody, but more people answer, it might be, eh? Frank, thank you for following, much appreciated. Oh, people drifted right into that. I don't know why I drifted all of a sudden like that. We're trying to make it quick. Oh crap. Oh jeez. I didn't damage my car too much there. Nothing like going to get a $17,000 load and then damage your car to $15,000 worth or something. This dude, he's gonna slow me down. That's an illegal pass, don't do that. .38 kilometers. I'm hoping I made up about 20 minutes. Mario, thank you for following, much appreciated. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking as well, much appreciated. Those likes help a lot, you guys. Thank you so much. Almost at our destination. Hopefully it'll still be there. Got's in the house. Thank you for liking, Got. Got's been on strike. He was so mad about Black Mirror. Good night. And knock down the sign. Thomas, thank you for following. Much appreciated. Although, you know, Got. I never said Black Mirror was boring. I don't know if you're using the right word there. I mean, it's weird at points and can be confusing. But boring is not something I would call it. Rose, thank you for liking. Thomas, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. It is weird at times. Oh, looks like our cattle one's gone. What? We're going there, maybe? That one's too far. Guess we'll haul these cattle instead. Going to the farm. Getting the cattle. They're over here. Okay, they're behind, eh? Did you actually watch them? Like, did you watch the whole episodes, or did you like watch parts of episodes, or what exactly did you do? It is a good series. Like, I mean, I don't know. I liked it. You're a truck driver as a profession. Nice. I'm not. I'm just playing it for fun, but very cool game. So I imagine they could go a lot longer ways to simming it, but you know, they get the I assume they get the basics and enough to gamify it. You finished though. What was your favorite episode? What did you like in Black Mirror? You guys haven't seen Black Mirror. It's like the Twilight Zone, except modern. There is a modern Twilight Zone as well, but in case you're wondering. What is the intention? It's just like you're trying to build your truck driving career. So you start doing jobs for some other guy, and then eventually you can buy your own truck from a number of choices, and you gain levels and skills, so you can do longer and longer runs and more complex things and stuff like that. And then you can eventually buy extra garages and trucks, and then, you know, hire drivers yourself. So it's just like a simulation. This particular iteration is Euro Truck Driver, so I'm driving around Europe. And here's the map right here, I'll show you. There's an American one as well. But right now I'm doing this route here. I'm gonna be earning some money for hauling some cattle down to Paris from where I am here. You can see this is all the DLC and stuff, current DLC as well. Got a fair area to cover. And then of course American Truck Driver is mostly the West Coast. Nadisha, thank you for following, much appreciated. But yeah, you can get lots of different jobs and stuff like that, you know, like So here's like all these different jobs you can take. And they expire and new jobs come up, and some jobs are, you know, really big loads and stuff like that, so you need an escort and stuff like that. And I got like all these drivers working for me too. So they make money for me. So my profit is £1.4 million or 1.4 million pounds the last 7 days. Mostly from the other drivers, but I just did a $100,000 job of driving some vaccines in. Medical stuff is a lot of money. What kind of stuff do you get to haul, Thomas? Like, do you get to, like, do different kinds of loads regularly, or is it kind of mostly the same thing most of the time? Like, I'm not sure how real trucking works. In this one, you just pick whatever you want. Out of the ones that are in your area. And then, you know, when you're in the new area, I pick something else up, and so this time I'm hauling cattle. But I'm not quite sure how the real deal works, so it'll be kind of interesting. Oh, you're driving construction? Oh, okay. I got to drive one of them 170-ton trucks at a mine once. Although I have to say it is a bit unnerving. Hey, Got, did you watch Strange Brew? You said you're gonna watch Strange Brew. Wanted to know if you liked it. Strange Brew is a classic Canadian movie, you know. Although it's older movie. You drive with gravel. Oh, okay. You can drive gravel in this too. You did dangerous cargoes? Oh wow. Yeah, you can do that too. Oh, okay, you're still working on the Black Mirrors? That pig episode was kind of weird, eh? The first episode of Black Mirror, kind of a weird one. Some of it is really cool though. Some of it's neat ideas. I don't know if you saw that bee one yet. That one's pretty wild. Most episodes are weird. I think that's why they call it Black Mirror though. Because they... Yeah, dangerous equals chemicals. Yeah, that's what I figure. Yeah, you can haul, like, you get a skill tree in this game. So it's like, where's the skill tree here? There it is. So, as you level up and stuff, you pick different skills. And then each rank gives you bonuses for those kind of things. So you can see the high value cargo, fragile cargo, just-in-time deliveries. It opens up your options. Eco driving will be more fuel efficient. Then you can drive explosives and flammable liquids and gases and stuff like that. And then of course, I think this is the one you need for the vaccines, if I remember right. What's my favorite? I really enjoyed several of them, but I asked you first, Got. You didn't say what your favorite was so far. San Bernardino, or whatever that episode was called, or San Junipero was a really good episode. It kind of starts off slow, but it's got such a cool idea behind it. That one won some awards even. don't know if you got through that one yet, but that's the one where they're jumping, you know, they're jumping around. San Junipero? It's the girl meets the other girl in the bar, and then she looks around for her, can't find her in this vacation place, and then she's suddenly in the 80s, that kind of thing. And then you realize that they're kind of in a simulation kind of thing. That one was an interesting one. You don't quite realize it right away that they're in a simulation, right? Hopefully you've seen that one and I didn't spoil it, but that's not the whole twist to it yet. Because they all have that really big twist at the end. Almost all of them have it. Well, you gotta watch them all the way through. Otherwise you miss the whole point of it. Fire Devil, thank you for liking. I like the one too where there's soldiers fighting those creatures. That one was kind of a cool idea too, and I could see that becoming real. Can't remember the name of that episode. Fire Devil in the house. Yeah, I liked all the Black Mirror. I mean, there's a couple episodes that I didn't like as much, but I still thought they were interesting to watch. You know, like even that one with the Prime Minister and the pig, that's based on something real, God. I like the sight of the pig. It was an interesting episode. I don't, it's kind of cringy. You're wondering if the guy's gonna do it or not. Everyone's gonna think you're weird, you know, God. They read your question out of context. So you might want to type for Black Mirror. Black Mirror episode or something after. But yeah, there's some twist to that thing. I don't know if you caught the twists, but they released it. They released the person that was being held hostage before the Prime Minister guy gave in. So Chris, thank you for liking House of Hydra. God's talking about, if you're wondering, God's talking about Black Mirror. There's an episode where they have a Prime Minister of Britain being threatened, and the guy holding the Prime Minister, the person hostage, saying it's to let her go. You'd have to do it to a pig. Do I use a wheel? Yeah, there's a wheel right here, Walter. You can see it on the camera. But yeah, you know, the twist, one of the twists there got was that he didn't have to do it. She was already let go. She was free. But you know, that's really based on something in real life. If you look up like one of the Britain Prime Ministers, there's one that had something to do with pigs. So they're kind of all based on real things, you know, like they're just stretching it out a bit. But yeah, the concept of him messing around with a pig was gross, but the whole thing was a tense situation. You play hockey tomorrow? Nice. Thank you for liking. Much appreciated. We're trucking, eh? Right. Oh crap. Oh crap. Why are they slowing down so much more? These cars, you know, this is what causes accidents. They're sudden slowing down. A lot of them are based on real things. Hey, William. No, I don't. It has a shifter on the thing, but I'm using it in an automatic gear. Yeah, no, there's real things. Like, did you see the one where the lady was trying to get into the better apartment buildings or the better condos or whatever by trying to raise her rating and stuff like that? You know, that was something in China that they were doing, I guess. There's a lot of things they're working on. Your friend is a truck driver. I showed him the game and gave him the setup to see if he could do it, and he failed. Oh, really? You'd think that he'd probably pick it up pretty quick, though. I wonder if we can get past this. Which one? They're all based on something that's real. They're just stretching it a little bit, you know, they're kind of twisting it. There we go. Hopefully we're not trapped now. God's like, wow, that changes everything. It's not like true stories. It's like they kind of base it off of something that, you know, well, there is technology. There's robots, lifelike robots that are out there and stuff like that. It's conceivably possible. Like, you know, for $60,000 you can buy a lifelike robot, and there's AI and there's stuff like that. So I mean, an AI might be able to do that at some point in the near future, where they're kind of replicating or emulating. I mean, if you watched Tupac concert, or they had, like, you know, in the new Star Wars, you know, they were essentially bringing back the dead there. You know, like in the Star Wars movie Rogue One, the Admiral guy, that guy's been dead for how long, you know? And he acted in the Rogue One movie. You know, they figured out a way to emulate him, right? So, I mean, you know, they're kind of combining some ideas there, but they're not out of the realm of possibility. So, you know, they're showing the dangers of some of the stuff, right? I mean, as far as it goes, it probably will be possible to do something similar to what they did in that episode in a few years from now. You know, because AI has really been developing and, you know, machine learning and stuff like that. So that's part of it. And then there's, you know, other technologies out there like cloning and whatever, right? And robots that are getting more and more human-like. Like there's already a market for weird lifelike robot dolls, essentially. So they're just combining some things there, but it is entirely in the realm of possibility. You know, have you seen the one with the dogs, the robot dogs chasing the people? Because those robot dogs those exist. They have those at Boston Dynamics. Oh crap, man, we're gonna be late. How far till our destination here? Oh, 69 kilometers. We should be able to make it. They're gonna invade us? Yeah, Black Mirror has this one episode where there's these robot dogs guarding this place. And they're pretty relentless. Hopefully I can make it. We're gonna go full bore here. Oh yeah, you'll probably like that episode. It's pretty crazy. It's like watching Terminator. Also more straightforward episode, right? Like that one with the dead husband. It was a kind of a build-up episode. It was interesting, though, I thought, because it presents some moral dilemmas, right? Would you ever use a service like that where you can order, you know, say if your wife died or something, where you can order up a recreation of her? We gotta get there. Because you bet some people would and some people wouldn't. But it offers some thinking points, right, about the dangers of technology. Man, we're late and everybody's yawning in this. Yeah, anybody, I'd recommend that to anybody. I think it's a good series. Very well done. Alright, we're almost here. Can't tell where the darn door is. Enter. Excellent! We made it on time! I had to skip the park because otherwise I probably would have made it late. World map. Let's see where somewhere to. Is that a rest stop too? Okay, we'll go there. It's about technology? No, not every episode is. That Prime Minister one wasn't really. Did you watch the election one yet? Oh crap. That wasn't good. Probably cost me half that trip there, just running into whatever I ran into there. That election one is kind of funny because that was made before all our election stuffs that happened lately. Thank you for liking and following, much appreciated. The Watto moment, is that what it's called? Like a cartoon character essentially becoming the elected official. Waldo moment. We gotta get over there so we go to sleep. What'd you think of that one? You see how that could possibly be real? Or how it could possibly become true? That happened actually, where a celebrity actor who was playing, I can't remember what country it was, but there was a celebrity that was playing, or an actor who was playing a normal guy who got elected I think it was Ukraine maybe, but this guy was playing as he was playing in a TV show where he become the president, and then he ran for president in real life and won because he was popular from his show. Where's the parking spot? This one? There we go. Got a sleeping violation right when I was turning off my engine. Thanks a lot. People like him, the Waldo. Yeah, no, in the Ukraine that really happened. There was a guy who played an actor and became president. They voted for him because they knew him from the show. Or even Donald Trump there was, he was, I don't know, he might have got some votes because people knew him from The Apprentice. How do you relate those stories? You have to know things, that's all. There's lots of information out there in the world. I don't know if that's exactly what it was based on, but I watched a thing talking about that president in Ukraine. That show was made before that president became president in Ukraine, but a lot of those shows are based on things that could happen. You know, like there's all sorts of possibilities, you know, based on the technology that's out there, that something could go wrong, and a lot of times they're showing what could go wrong. Like if you stick to it and you watch that army one, you know, there's no way that's probably going to be something they could use. Like the army could use the technology they were using in that. where they're fighting those monsters. And even the monsters. So, but you'll have to watch the show to see what I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of interesting that way. One of those shows. I think that the thing is that if you don't know a lot of the events or what there might be based on, you just kind of gotta enjoy it for what it is, and then you can always read about it after, you know. Let's see, how much money do we have? $850. Let's buy a garage. Am I weird? I don't know. I think weird is kind of a concept that depends what you're comparing it to. I probably would not be considered weird. I think I'm a pretty normal dude. Another garage, I think. CD by 560. We can get one in every country, you know. All right. We're gonna buy a couple trucks. You can't relate. Well, I mean, you know, it's just, you're just enjoying it. It's an entertainment, right? You know, I'm also like, I have a university degree in technology as well. Like, computer science is technology. So, you know, I could see where a lot of that stuff is going, you know. But I'm sure anybody can enjoy it, whether they have a tech degree or not. But I find the technology episodes especially interesting. But you know, just like you were saying though, when you're talking about I don't remember where that other place was now. There's one here. Just like you were saying about some of those other movies that, you know, that I said I enjoyed in the past, you know, you said they were very confusing. It's just because, you know, you just kind of got to get yourself used to understanding that sort of thing, I think. Yeah, because they make them pretty complicated on purpose, right? But my second degree is drama, so I took stuff like film studies and so forth, and I've watched a lot of complicated movies, and over even outside of doing my drama degree. Vimakathol, thank you for following, much appreciated. 12 Monkeys is a really good movie. Fight Club's a really good movie. The Game, those kind of movies are all very much have some traits in common there. We got 2 recruiting. Do. She might be good because she's got the those and a driving thing. Yeah, I got used to it. So, you know, the only way to get used to them is you got to watch them more than once potentially. and then eventually, you know, you'll get used to the structure of it, you know. And reading about the subjects or whatever, right? You know, maybe it might help. Whatever helps you understand. Rip! Did you ever watch Black Mirror, Kobe? Any of the episodes? Me and Got were discussing some of the episodes of Black Mirror. There's some weird episodes though of Black Mirror, I tell ya. Buttered garlic shrimp. You're starting to sound like Forrest Gump. He likes the shrimp. Meryl Luna, thank you for following. Much appreciated. Thank you for liking, Kobe. Oh, you know, it's mind-bending. And you know, like, a lot of it is based on, like, technologies or, you know, things in real life, right? So, you know, and they're just kind of showing the extremes of it. Put her in Slovakia. So Got's been watching season 1 and 2. There's a guy named Ulf that looked like he'd probably be alright. Where do they get these guys' picture? If it's just people who volunteered or Kickstarters or what, you know? This guy looks like he'd be alright. When you're saying you're going... Oh, you never saw them? You should try watching them too. Just like I warned Got though, if you find that a particular episode seems a little bit too weird, because the first one is kind of weird, you know, all the episodes are different. You know, it's like watching a TV series where, you know, one thing will be about one thing and the next thing will be totally different. So if you do decide to watch them, then gotta keep that in mind, because you know, there's an episode where they have a prime minister of England, where there's a guy holding somebody hostage and telling the prime minister to do something with a pig. That's kind of disturbing. And, you know, there's only one episode like that. You hate those already? But the next episode is about something else altogether. You know, there's like something like where, you know, they have robotic bees because the bees went extinct. To pollinate the flowers, and then somebody hijacked the bees and they're trying to figure it out, you know, who the bad guy is or something. Gonna get bored easily? Oh. Or they have these cyber dogs that chase people down and annihilate them. So I mean, that's a different episode. They literally rip the first people apart. Those are based on those Boston Dynamics dogs. How about all you guys being bored by that kind of show? So there's quite a variety there. So you don't like hostage situation kind of movies? Yeah, they're not very long episodes, that's for sure. Prince, thank you for following, much appreciated. Ayanda, thank you for following, much appreciated also. I said they're different, but they're not. They're not unrelated to each other. So, there's episodes that tie everything together, but it's really kind of abstract to figure out the connection yourself. So there is a continuity, but they're watchable on their own, but they're within the same world. So there will be references to other episodes throughout, and that's even earlier episodes referring to later episodes, and later episodes referring to earlier episodes. So, so that part you just said is kind of lame for you isn't accurate. I mean, you know, the Prime Minister being threatened to have sex with a pig episode, they're not all like that, is what I was trying to get at. That's a weird episode, but there's no more episodes that are like that. But there is references to that Prime Minister situation in future episodes of the show. You know, like you know, like if you watch the news screen on, if you watch, like, you know, like if they're in a cafe or something like that and there's news on the TV, you know, there might be a news story talking about that Prime Minister. So they kind of, there's connections between things, but they're really, really abstract. Like, you know, so as far as that goes, there's connections, but you wouldn't, you know, if you're uncomfortable by that particular episode, because there's some episodes that are kind of uncomfortable, you know, don't throw out the whole series, because there's some people that watch the first show and it's, you know, about a prime minister being told he has to have sex with an animal. That's a weird, gross subject, and some people write off the whole series because of that. So it's not what the series is about, is what I was trying to stress. It's a weird episode, a shocking introduction to that, and you know, it's one of those things you start watching and you think, what the heck am I watching here? But it's not about that. I mean, there's that's actually based on a real event, but there's like twists and stuff like that to it. So that's what I was trying to get at. I was just saying, don't let one episode throw you off. It's a really, really good series overall. Weird. Or else, thank you for liking. That's why most series make the first episodes really, really interesting. Well, these guys did the opposite, I think, on purpose. They threw a bit of a curveball at you, and then, you know, the people that stick around get rewarded, because there's some really messed up stuff in it, and really weird twists sometimes and stuff like that, but not that weird. But yeah, if you're into like kind of, you know, stuff that's, it's like a lot of stuff is showing what could go wrong. You know, like for example, there's one episode where the person has, like, you know, like they have a technology where they can, you know how you block somebody on Facebook? They have technology where you can block somebody so they can't even see you. You know, like all they would see is a static outline. So there's one episode where this guy, you know, and his girlfriend, they you know, they're partying or whatever, and then later on he says she's pregnant, and then all of a sudden she decides to block him, and then he's like, and so he can't see her and he can't talk to her because of this technology. And then basically he's like watching, you know, she goes to live with her dad, and he's blocked so he can't see her, so he's just kind of spying. He can only see the outline of her and stuff like that, and because she has the kid, he can't see the kid either. He just sees the outline, and then she dies eventually, and you know, that's the only time where it would get unblocked, where he'd get unblocked, so he could finally meet the kid. And then there's like a, you know, like then he finds out some weird stuff, you know, he's kind of explaining, you know, there's murders happened and there's all sorts of weird stuff that happens in that episode. Michael, thank you for liking, much appreciated. So I wouldn't write this series off. It's like super good, but it's very complicated. You know, like there's like real, you know, like really subtle things in it a lot of times. So it's like it's not for everybody, but it's like good. If you can get into it, you'll get into it a lot. And if you can't, then you might find like Gott seems to be watching it, but I don't think he's into it. I think he's not understanding it, but he's trying to understand it. But it might be one of those things where you got to watch it a couple times, kind of thing, to really get it all. You think I'm weird, but you know, it's like some of those movies like Fight Club. You got to watch that movie 6 times, you know, 6 or 7 times to catch it all. You know, there's lots of subtle things in it. You know? You think you'll become weird in the end? It's not weird. It's just, I mean, there's lots of people that enjoy these things. Black Mirror is a very popular series. So, in that aspect, I mean, I would just say give it a chance as much as you can, because you might find that you'll start getting it. You know, you'll start, you know, start really enjoying it. Because sometimes some TV series is, you know, they take a few episodes to, you know, really get into it. You know, even like a season or so. Fight Club, you don't understand it. 12 Monkeys, Inception. All 3 of those movies are super good movies. You know, they're very complicated, but they're super good. You know, you don't understand them on the first try, you know. Like Fight Club's not even a movie about fighting. Pankaj, thank you for liking, much appreciated. Fight Club is about consumerism, is what the movie's about. So, and you know, they're basically saying consumerism could take you over. Balanced, good, balanced. Yeah, you can check it out. Maybe you might like it. The only thing I was trying to warn you about is, you know, there's some weird crap that goes down in some of them. So don't judge the whole series from a single episode. Is probably the best way to put it. And all my drivers, guys. Got them all. I think all these guys are balanced. That's good. They're moving a lot slower, the XP wise, though. And don't be a judger. Yeah, don't be a judger. You watch Fight Club because of Brad Pitt. He's a good actor, but I mean the movie is very well written. And the book is apparently very good too. I haven't read the book, but the book is supposed to be really good too. So what we're doing here, we're training up these guys for long distance. And then, because that makes them more money, right? Then once they're trained up, I'll balance them after. You really need a Netflix account? Yeah, Netflix has some good shows. Although he's been watching them. He watches them not on Netflix, I don't think. He just watches them on the internet somewhere. Although, you know, if you can, of course, it's always best to try to help them out by, or not help them out, encourage more content by you know, by paying for it in some fashion. Luck, thank you for liking. Amy, thank you for liking as well. Much appreciated. What do I do when I don't understand the movie? I don't know, you just watch it again, I guess. I think for the most part I get most movies. I mean, I did film studies, so you know, there isn't that many structures to movies. You know, there's kind of some patterns, you know, even between the old ones and new ones. Do some more cattle, I guess. Bourges. Pretty close to where we are. Yeah, essentially watch the movie again. What the heck? How do you get out of here? I guess I just want you to go out here, eh? Fractured? I think I saw Fractured, if I remember right. And there's some movies you may never catch the point of, you know, if you're watching a flick and you know they're being more abstract. Some people try to make their movies like super abstract on purpose. And you know, you might never get what their actual point was, and you just interpret it your own way. How many times have I watched 12 Monkeys? I think I got the point of it the first time I watched it, but I probably watched it 8 times now. Oh, we gotta go this way. The movie with the plot twist so crazy your mind will explode in confusion. You know, like I remember watching 12 Monkeys. I actually saw it in the theater, and with a group of people, and half the people thought the ending meant one thing, and half the people thought the ending meant another thing. You know, and that's on purpose. And some people thought it meant something else on top of it. Because the point of 12 Monkeys, and they're very clear about it in the movie, was they were not going into the past to save the past. They're going into the past to collect information about the future because it already happened. Now they changed that on the TV series a little bit, but the movie was they're going into the past to save the past. And what confused people, at least the ones I watched it with, was that the insurance lady in the plane was the same actress as one of the future people. Now, there's one other thing that can be involved there, in that as to whether he is crazy or it was real. Because the whole movie is based off of, and it says this at the beginning, somebody that got caught that was insane in a mental institution, like a loony bin. Saying that that there's going to be this thing coming that wipes out everybody. Right? And so the movie goes along. He's telling his doctor this story. And of course she thinks he's crazy. And then later on, he starts believing he's crazy. But she starts believing that he's not crazy. So the whole thing is, you know, left up to you to determine if the whole thing was just the crazy man's thing, or if it was something that he was actually right and he wasn't crazy. But a lot of people thought that, a lot of people that I was hanging out with at the time thought that he was going into the past to save the past, or that the insurance lady was in the past to stop that guy from spreading the virus in the suitcase that he had. But he wasn't. In fact, the guy already had released in the airport when he opened up the one vial. He already started the events. So, you know, he had that airport security guy smell the vial, and he said that it was nothing in it, or something like that. He indicated that it was no odor, but he had already opened up the thing and basically, you know, started the thing they were going to the past to study. So, if the insurance lady that was there, who's one of the doctors from the future, who's either her past self, or she was just trying to grab a sample so she could study it, kind of thing. But there's a lot of weird little details that they put in, because there's also things like, you know, where Bruce Willis goes into the past, essentially, and he gives the idea of the Army of 12 Monkeys to Brad Pitt's character. So he might have been responsible for causing it too. So they're exploring some time paradoxes and stuff too. But you know, the thing is that, you know, most time travel movies, of course, would be kind of really difficult to have as a real concept, because if you think about it, if you say you got into a time machine and you jump back 50 years ago, right? Where would you be if you jump back 50 years ago? Keep in mind, the Earth is spinning, so it's not like you'd be back to where you are. The Earth is spinning the whole time, You know, so you could be a different place in the world 50 years ago if you even landed on that world. Because in addition to the Earth spinning, it's going around the sun too. So 50 years ago, the Earth might not even be, you know, if you were going back in time to exactly the same spot you were in, you know, you might wind up in space. That kind of thing. So the time travel aspect is, you know, they'd actually have to calculate out so that not only a time but a place to even get you close to where you want it to be. So, you know, I wouldn't be necessarily, if I went back 50 years in a time machine, I wouldn't even necessarily be in Canada. I might be, you know, wherever, right? Although that's one thing 12 Monkeys kind of does cool, because in one of the times he goes back, he winds up in France in the World War One. So they were explaining in that essentially how they miscalculated the time and place. So you're going back? I mean, not at all. You're not going back? Well, no, I'm just using that as an example. When you think of the time travel movies, you know, it's a huge calculation. So most time travel movies are actually kind of fascinating to see how they tackle that, you know? Because there's not just, you know, in Back to the Future, he winds up in Hill Valley at the exact spot where he took off from. But really, you know, you can't just directly just go back in time. It's a time and a place, because you might be, you know, Earth might be way out of position depending on where you land. So that's where it's all confusing. You got to think on many planes for many things. You know what? I was a drama major in school, and I actually took directing classes. So I could be a director, although my directing classes were more oriented towards, and I took film studies as well, but my directing classes was more oriented towards plays. But you know, definitely there's a lot of details, and you know, that's why movies have so many errors. There's always some sort of error that happens. Benny, thank you for liking, because you know, it's hard to keep track of all the details, you know. But you know, you got to observe small details. So you know, when you watch a movie and you look for small details, if a director does a good job, there's gonna be a lot of small details. Terry Gilliam is a really good director in that aspect of getting those small details. And you know, it got in Fight Club, Garvin, thank you for following, much appreciated. You know, in Fight Club, there's a Starbucks cup in every scene of that movie. If you look closely, there's actually a Starbucks cup every single scene. And that's because the movie is about consumerism, not actually about fighting. All, you know, they're in a quest to take down corporations and stuff like that. You know, guys, you know, they're touring you through catalogs of ordering stuff and telling you how bad that is and stuff like that. And they're blowing up all the buildings at the beginning of the movie. They're blowing up all those buildings to wipe out everybody's debt and cause chaos, kind of thing. That kind of stuff, you know. A lot of details to that Fight Club movie. You could really watch that one a number of times. That one did have a plot, a little bit of a twist there as to who the narrator was, but I mean, even in the whole aspect of it. How about Game of Thrones? There was Starbucks. There was a Starbucks coffee by accident in that one, but the ones that were in Fight Club were put there intentionally. Yeah, no, it was just an actor put down. I haven't actually watched Game of Thrones. I watched like the first show and that was it. But as far as the Starbucks thing, I read about that, and it was just somebody accidentally had one on set and put it down. You know, it's just like sometimes if you watch movies, there's like little errors, like a cameraman in sight in the background of Harry Potter, that kind of thing. You know, sometimes there are continuity errors. I acted in a film, like a pilot episode of something called Eyes of the Cowboy, and I was like a beer drinker, like, you know, that was my extra. So they gave me ginger ale, and this other guy beside me ginger ale, and we were supposed to be pretending to drink our beer. And at the bar while the actors did their things, and that guy beside me kept drinking it. You know, so they're having continuity problems because dude beside me, you know, in one scene would have his glass almost full, and in another scene it'd be half, and then it'd be full again when they refill it. You know, he shouldn't have been drinking it. You know, it's because they're, you know, they don't film necessarily straight through. You know, we're supposed to pretend to drink the ginger ale, which was supposed to be beer. Hey, thank you for liking, much appreciated. But yeah, think you have to watch Fight Club again? You should, that's a good movie. Strange Brew won't be that complicated, Got. That one's a straightforward comedy. So when you watch Strange Brew, that'll give you a break on the mind benders. That's just about two goofballs trying to get free beer, and then running into a situation where they gotta save the town, kind of deal. You like straightforward movies? Everybody likes different things. I like to watch all sorts of different things, though. But I do kind of veer towards the more, you know, kind of movies that have a little more mustard to them. Gilbert, thank you for following. Much appreciated. But her Black Mirror, what I liked about that one was, you know, just because it's kind of like showing you the perils of many of the technology that we have already, or that we're really close to achieving. As you can imagine, there is an episode that's related to self-driving vehicles too. You know, self-driving vehicles are a real thing. Lee, thank you for liking, much appreciated. We're getting places here. We're gonna deliver the cows. The cows are coming home. You like to watch different movies too? Yeah, well, that's where we were talking about before. There's some movies that are popcorn flicks. You know, and that's basically just to have a good time and not think too much. Right? And then there's movies like 12 Monkeys that kind of test you a bit, make you think. Even you watch the original that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie called Total Recall. You watch that one. That one's kind of has. Oops, I bent the sign. Has some things that you could think about in there, you know, because you know you're kind of trying to establish whether, you know, is it the program that he signed up for, or was he actually a secret agent, kind of thing. So it kind of leaves you wondering. You got confused? I never watched the new Total Recall, though. I don't know. Watch that sometime. See if it's could probably try to do that. It might be a tough one, but kind of funny spot to put them. Sure, if they want us to do this, maybe. Be up a bit, maybe. Oop. Oh, it's close. How come you watched several times and Total Recall still don't understand it? Well, you don't have to understand it. Oh, we don't want to knock that fence down. We gotta be careful. A lot of those movies are, you don't need to have a definite answer, though. Oh, crap. Overswung a bit. You know, there's people that talk about Star Wars for years and years too, right? That, guys, we got it. Woohoo! And Star Wars is pretty straightforward, but I mean, there is some layers to it. You know, there's connections that you can make with the time that, you know, that it's referring to Nazi Germany and, you know, things like that. You know, the original trilogy. You know, stormtroopers and is their name, that kind of thing. As to whether that's whether that's something that George Lucas intended or not, that's where the debate comes in, right? So, as to whether Star Wars is really about that, or if it's just a fable, right? So it's kind of determined, you know, by you. You know, you kind of think what you think it might be about for a lot of movies. And so you know, there's debate, and you know, George Lucas probably likes, you know, that you might think that his movie is deeper than it is, and maybe it is what he intended exactly. So you know, you kind of watch, kind of, you know, maybe watch some interviews or whatever, and then they might give away what it's actually about. You know, a lot of people interpret different things different ways. Marto, thank you for liking and following. Much appreciated. So, you guys, unfortunately, I think I'm gonna go to bed because I gotta work tomorrow, but seems like a good spot. I'm gonna delete that. Or we should delete that comment though. Because I don't know if that could get you in trouble. There's a Facebook detection stuff. Other. So you didn't do anything wrong. I just deleted that comment because, you know, Facebook robots look for certain words. So we don't want to get you in trouble with Facebook robots. Karen, thank you for following. Much appreciated. But as far as it goes, I mean, that's the thing, you know, you could watch Total Recall and have a completely different interpretation than the next person. Now, when you watched Total Recall, did you think it was because he was actually a spy, or do you think it was the Total Recall software? You know, that's the thing, you know, you get to kind of think in your head what the outcome of that is. That's kind of cool. Lynn. Thank you, Marto. So you guys, let's review the poll. Quite a bit of response for two answers and no response for the others. Kind of interesting. 72% for shrimp, 28% for salmon, tuna, and pollock shutout got 0% each. So there you go, guys. That's kind of cool, eh? And I think he signed the Total Recall. I mean, they do describe it. You know, they describe the adventure that's going to happen. Right? So they're saying, you know, you could be a spy and, you know, it leads to this and that. And, you know, so it's kind of really neat how they did it. But it's always one of those things. It's kind of, you know, however you feel the movie went. I want to thank Sean for the stars earlier. Hydra for inviting viewers to join the stream. The shares, guys, thank you so much. And everybody who chatted, liked, answered the poll, even just watched is awesome. Thank you so much. If you haven't followed yet, please do so. Benjamin, thank you for liking. Much appreciated. Even if you're watching the video after the fact, liking and sharing still helps a lot. And, you know, thank you all for being here. And Sean, thank you again. Have a good night yourself. Pollock is just a type of fish. But yeah, you know, I stream every day at 7 o'clock Pacific time. If you're watching live right now, that's about 3 hours ago, whatever time it is now for you. Tomorrow night will be hockey. And oh, thank you for sharing the stream, Ben. The tomorrow night be hockey, and then Saturday probably truck sim. I'm considering doing a little bit of baseball on Sunday, but I'm not sure if it's going to be an early thing or normal time. We'll see. See how everything goes and how busy I am. But either way, If you want to be notified when I go live, exclamation notify in the chat. Otherwise, you know, hopefully you'll get notified. It doesn't tell everybody every time if you're following. So just keep in mind what time I normally am on at, and then you can always you know, pop in whether you see a notification or not. But best thing to do is follow, and of course turn on the notify if you want to be notified. Exclamation notify in the chat is the what's called a hard follow, which means it will put a little thing up on the bell in the corner. If you have your phone notifications on for Facebook, it'll also pop up. But you know, if you happen to be on, then it'd be awesome to see you again. If you haven't seen the baseball yet, well, hopefully you'll get to see it sometime here. God, it's pretty cool. Good night and sweet dreams. Thank you so much. Yeah, don't type the, well, I guess it doesn't matter. It looks like it turns it on. Whether you put the name there or not, but thank you for following. Benjamin. Kristen, have a great night too. John and everybody who was here. And hopefully we'll see you guys soon. But have a good night. Thank you again for being here. If you want to check the video description, my link to YouTube and TikTok and stuff like that are in there. Feel free to check those out. Here's the thing here. There we go.